All right, counterpunch boxing. Okay, man, what a surprise. Look, I put a video out like about an hour ago, the Mayweather video or whatever, and I was kind of bummed out because I'm like, there's just nothing to talk about right now. I mean, I could always dig up something or whatever, throw out a video, but, what a surprise, okay? Because in the comment section, and shout out to Catch Nello, and there's a couple other guys down there, they're like, why isn't he talking about, the Sullivan Barrera Joe Smith fight? And I'm thinking, well, that's like next weekend. Why the fuck would I talk about it right now? But it's actually tonight. So, look, man, I've gone through this past week. I try not to get too personal on the channel, but I've been through a lot of shit in the past week in my personal life, and it's kind of throwing me off my boxing game a little bit, but anyway, what a surprise. But, people ask me all the time, do I think Joe Smith, is he a hype job? Did he land a lucky punch on Fonfara? Did he beat up an old Bernard Hopkins? Things like that. Well, you know what? Tonight, that question will be answered. It will be answered. And look, I like Joe Smith. I really do. You're a working class man. He's a union worker. The typical American story, right? You come from nothing, and next thing you know, boom, you're on HBO in a triple header on HBO. I mean, shit, does it get any fucking better than that? No, not in my mind. But now let's back up a little bit. So, KO'd Fonfara in I think it was round one, right? Just knocked his ass out, and a lot of people said, hey, that was a lucky punch, and caught him cold. Even Fonfara was like, yeah, he got me cold, that kind of thing. But then Fonfara went on to lose again, so I think Fonfara is pretty much done with. But then he goes into the Bernard Hopkins fight, beats him. People say, hey, Bernard Hopkins, he's an old man. You beating up on an old man, knocked his ass out the ring. And by the way, now look, I wasn't going to go there, but when you say shit, you got to be held accountable for it. Bernard Hopkins did say, I would never let a white boy beat me. He said it. Hey, I'm going to throw it out there. He did say I'd never let a white boy beat me, but he didn't say I'd never let a white boy punch me out the fucking ring, but that happened too. But anyway, so, like I said, I'm just going to throw it out there. I don't like when boxers say dumb shit like that. But look, Joe Smith, look, he's exciting. He's got a lot of power. He's a really big dude, okay? I mean, for this division, he's a big dude, I think. Broad shoulders, big arms, good reach, What has he got, like 79% knockout ratio, okay? Now, he does have one loss back in 2010, a TKO, but, that was back then. I mean, that was, 7 years ago, right? 23-1-19. I said there was that one loss, 19 KOs. And Sullivan Barrera is, I think, 18-1, 19-1, something like that. 14, 15 KOs, somewhere around there. Sullivan Barrera. But, what the fuck is he? 19-1. Yeah, he's got one loss to Andre Ward. Sullivan Barrera does. So, but look, I like the fight. I mean, mainly because I think it'll answer a lot of questions, because, I mean, tonight, this is, to me, the biggest test, right? Because, the Fonfara fight, I felt like he was bigger, he was stronger, things like that. I had him winning. I really did. I don't know. I've just never been, a big fan of Fonfara. So, I think tonight will be the ultimate test. So, and like I said, you got to remember, Sullivan Barrera lost to Andre Ward. He was training with Abel Sanchez, but I'm not sure if he is anymore. I don't think he is. But I think the winner should go on and fight Beterbiev. Okay, Arturo Beterbiev. That's hard to say, Beterbiev. But he's one of my favorites, and actually, I had him up on my upcomers list like 2 years ago. So I've been a fan of Beterbiev's now for about 2 years, 2.5 years, kind of thing. But I'd like to see him get a shot at something, at anything, just because but then people say, well, why, who is he beat? Why should he get a shot? He's kind of like a fan-friendly fighter. I mean, he's a natural puncher. He's got that, he's just got that factor about him that people like. So I think he deserves a shot. But that's my questions I have for Joe Smith. Was it a lucky punch? No, I don't think it was. I think he would have landed that punch in any round, round 2, 3, 4, 10, 8, 9, whatever. I think that punch was going to land, and really, luckily for Fonfara, it landed early. You know what I'm saying? So, and now Sullivan Barrera, he just beat Shabransky, okay, and Paul Parker. So I think, yeah, Paul Parker was 2017, and then Shabransky was what was that, 2016? Damn, I wish I had notes in front of me. Yeah, I think he beat Paul Parker last in, I think it was April, and then Shabransky by KO. Okay, beat Parker, TKO, Shabransky, KO. So, but yeah, you know, and everyone's telling me that Sullivan, he's going to box his head off, okay, because we've talked about this fight in my group now for like a month, okay, ever since he announced it. Back here, where the fuck was it? Right here. He was talking about it on Twitter and Instagram and all that kind of stuff. So, Joe Smith was. So, you know, we've talked about it in the group, and I think I'd say probably 9 out of 10 people, they say, you know, yeah, he's going to get his head boxed off. He's going to get exposed. No way Joe Smith is going to win. And, you know, I don't know. I mean, if you want my prediction, which, you know, it's kind of, I mean, how do you predict it, right? Because who the hell is Joe Smith? I mean, he shows up on PBC, knocks this dude out, knocks Bernard Hopkins out the fucking ring, and here we are. So it's really kind of hard. And I've gone back and watched a couple of his other fights, but they're against really no names, so it's very difficult to predict. But, I mean, my gut feeling tells me that Sullivan Barrera will outbox him. I mean, look, we know he'll outbox him, but the question is, can Joe Smith land that punch? Anything can happen. Sure, he can land that punch at any time, but I think Barrera, being somewhat of a veteran, I think he is going to avoid that punch. And, you know, and of course, Barrera was only with 1 loss, so I think, you know, I've got Barrera winning. I've got Sullivan Barrera winning by decision. Is how I see it going down. But, you know, the X factor, the what if, the but, the maybe, if that big right hand lands. Okay, if he lands that big right hand, then, you know, it'll be another Fonfara, another fucking Bernard Hopkins getting knocked out the damn ring. But yeah, another thing, guys, I have a terrible allergies going on here in Texas. It's that time of year. We all have just awful allergies because our environment we live in, it's like 104, 103 here, like 80% humidity. You know, at times where I live is hot. It's actually hotter here than Africa. And that's no joke. Like, our weather people talk about it all the time. We compare our climate and our temperature with Africa. Like, it's fucking hot as shit down here. So, yeah, and you know, we live out here in the kind of the country area. Well, it's in the city, in the country, right in the middle. So yeah, there's just a ton of fucking allergies or allergens, whatever you call it. So I'm having a hard time talking, but anyway, guys, that's my prediction. That's what I think. And, you know, and thank you to the people in the comments section, because, you know, it's like, wow, I mean, that's just, what a great surprise. So, but yeah, tell me what you think. Who do you have winning? You know, is he a hype job? I mean, you know, I don't know. Yeah, and really, and honestly, no one knows. I mean, how the hell can you predict this shit? Anyone who says they can, they're full of shit. Now they might get a lucky guess and go, oh, see, I told you so. I told you so. But, you know, you really can't predict a Joe Smith fight, not at this level, you know, or at this stage of his career. It's impossible to predict. You know, you can look at the styles, you can look at this, you know, that's what I do, you know, it's what I did, and what I came up with was he's going to get outboxed by a boxer. I mean, look, there's no way Sullivan Barrera, knowing that he just knocked out 2 people, there's no way in hell that he's going to go in there and be careless and not, you know, not be aware of the fact that he can get knocked out with 1 punch, okay? And if you look at Joe's record, you know, everything, he's got 1 UD. I mean, in the past, I think like 8 or 9 fights, he's got 1 unanimous decision. Everything else is TKO, 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 KO, KO, TKO. Now, there was a lot of TKOs, so it is a possibility that he could, you know, he could wear down Sullivan Barrera and eventually get the fight stopped and get a TKO. That's a possibility, you know, but right now I've got it like 60-40. Okay, I think 60% Barrera outbox, you know, winning decision. 40%, you know, he'll get lucky, land something big. So that's how I see it. Tell me how you guys see it, and leave your comment below. And again, thank you to the guys in the comment section pointing that shit out to me, because, you know, That would have sucked if I mean, I would have like, look, I would have come home. I would have come home tonight and like saw highlights and be like, what the fuck is that? Like, what did I fall asleep for like a week? You know. So, but anyway, and there's two other fights on the card, and I'll talk about that in my next video. And here, let me go ahead and show you guys right now. I've got a Pacquiao update coming. That's what all this is right here. Okay, and look, you see right here the way I do my videos. See these pictures right here I took a screenshot of? I took these pictures like a week ago because I was going to make a video tonight. So that's the way I do it. I'll take pictures ahead of time and then, you know, make my videos. So I took that picture of Joe Smith. It was about a week ago. But yeah, like I said, I got a Pacquiao Jeff Horn update. And, oh, look, there's that's where Gennady Golovkin trains right there in Big Bear. And I just called Abel Sanchez, left him another message, so hopefully he'll get back to me. Oh, actually, I just got a text. I don't know if you saw that notification. But, yeah, I left him a message, so I'm trying to line up that interview. So I'll get that on the channel as quick as I can. So, all right, guys, leave a comment below. And as always, I appreciate you watching.